So a continuation of the previous lecture. Now this is an example that might stump a few of you because you might wonder why are we complicating it so much. But mark my words, there are a lot of cases wherein using a VLOOKUP in the manner that I'm going to show to you right now is going to help you. So while I'm not forcing you to use it every single time, at least keep it in your arsenal so that that day when you really need it, you have the know-how of how to create it. Now the challenge of writing a VLOOKUP using an approximate match is this. If you notice, I'm writing C4, my table array is F4 to H8, and then I'm also writing my column index number as 3, and my lookup type is true. And obviously we're getting the result like we were getting earlier. Now the problem here is that if somebody accidentally removes this slab list, obviously all your formulas will cease to work. Now this would never have happened with an exact match because you're searching in a proper database. Here we are searching just in a slab list, and it's very easy for the user to accidentally remove it or probably put it in a different location. What I want to do right now is to be able to create this entire table which has my minimum and my incentive within my VLOOKUP function. This is how we do it. The first thing I'll do is to break it into 4 different lines. And very smartly, I'm going to create this entire table within my VLOOKUP function. This is how we do it. I will create a curly brace. So we are creating an array. Now I know that my minimum value is 0 and the value next to it is going to be 15% like this. Then I put a semicolon. The next value is 200 and the value on the right of 200 is going to be 25%. And in the third and the final row, oh, not the final row, but in the third row we have 500, which is 40%. And then in the final row we have 1000, which is promotion, right? So let me just add some spaces so that it becomes clear. So we have 0, which is 15%, 200, which is 25%, 500, which is 40%, and then finally 1000, which is promotion. So in a way, if you look at this, this entire second line is nothing but me creating the entire table within the function itself. Now, this is a table that we're creating which has 4 rows and 2 columns in it. So 0, 200, 500, and 1000 are 4 different rows. 15%, 25%, 40%, and promotion are 4 rows in column number 2. So we can search for a result in column number 2. And as you can see, we get the exact same result. And the advantage is that we don't need this slab list anymore. And the function will work independently of the slab list, which means that even if somebody accidentally moves or deletes or modifies the slab list, the function will continue to work. Now, is this a little more complicated than simply selecting the function, simply selecting the slab? Absolutely. It does require a little bit of effort. It does look a lot more complicated, but I'm sure you're able to see the advantage, which is that now my formula is not dependent on an external table. My formula can work independently and I can copy and paste it wherever I want. For example, let's say we had some more names here. So I had 2 more names here with a sale of, let's say, 100 and 1100. We could have simply copied this and then put it here. And as you can see, we're getting the result despite the fact that we don't have a slab list available somewhere. So think about it a little bit, practice, and make sure you spend a lot of time understanding how this works. It's not particularly difficult. It's just a very different way of working. The important part here is that you have to create these curly braces within which you can create your entire table. Also be very careful of the comma and the semicolon. Remember, the comma breaks into a different column and the semicolon breaks into a different row.